Hey everyone, Warren Phillips here, Facebook Live, and we're here to bring, through Health Hunters, an amazing technology that I've personally transformed my life. Many of us deal with, we think that there's gut issues, we worry about digestion, we get gassy, there's all these issues surrounded with the gut. But the gut is much more than that. The gut literally, if you're watching this, like and comment, can transform your life. It affects your epigenetic code. It is really, the microbiome in your gut is literally the reason we have most disease today. Naveen is here, the founder of Viome, a new technology that health hunters discovered as we hunt for the best solutions in natural health. We found Naveen, and Naveen has a new technology. This is like anything else out there. Some other products that measure your gut bacteria, but if you're looking for health, you need to know what your bugs in your gut are telling you to make your health in life go to the next level, because your gut, your bugs affect your genetic code. They affect how you feel. They actually affect how you think. You said to me the other day, it's like you should have listened to your grandma and said, follow your gut. So this technology I want to share with you today, and I want you to like and share it with other individuals you know that are concerned with their health, in particular their gut. So there's this new technology called Viome that we're going to introduce you today. Here with Naveen. So Naveen, tell us about Viome and how Viome, this technology, and we're going to get into it, guys, so keep liking and sharing and commenting and asking questions. This technology is absolutely mind-blowing, and we're going to get into that. But Naveen, tell us a little bit about Viome and how it can impact your health and deal with symptoms that you possibly may be having, such as, anxiety. I don't want to say the certain diagnostic words here, but it really affects many things like energy, weight loss, and just overall why you don't feel well could be related to your gut. But we don't understand your gut, but you have to map it out. Naveen, tell me about Viome.
So basically, it became clear that our current healthcare system is really not working for us.
Okay.
Because we're looking at the components at a time. And we've completely forgotten the missing organ called our gut.
Right.
We thought our genes are the most important thing. It turns out we only produce 19,000 genes in our DNA. And 10 million genes are being produced by our gut microbiome. They literally control everything that we do. Whether it is, today there are plenty of science that shows clearly that how microbiome influence things like Alzheimer, the Parkinson's disease, the depression, the obesity, the diabetes, or even cancer. In fact, whether the cancer cure works or does not work really depends on your microbiome. So we know your microbiome is the key. In fact, the nature built us as an ecosystem. And what we're doing is really killing our ecosystem. So every time we take drugs, every time we take antibiotics, we're disrupting our ecosystem. And there's no wonder 80-90% of us have chronic diseases.
Think about this, the germ theory, right? And now, a health hunter like you, this is actually, I'm using my Health Hunter podcast and on my Health Hunter Facebook. So some of those studies we're going to put down in the comments. So keep liking and sharing and asking questions. But some of those studies, just so you can see how much your microbiome, your bugs, affect your outcomes, even the flu. And one of the new studies just came out on the flu. If you change your microbiome, what did it say? You can get rid of the flu?
Yeah, in fact, you can prevent flu, right? So because
this is major stuff, guys.
And you know why it is not that hard to understand? Because at the end of the day, most of our immune system, 70% of our immune system is around our gut lining. And our immune system is being trained by microbiome. So when you have an imbalance of microbiome, or you have a really, not a good microbiome, your immune system is really not trained. And when your immune system is not good, no wonder you will not only have chronic diseases, you start to catch infection, whether it's viral infection or bacterial infection.
Well, we get a personal testimony, right? I've actually utilized this product. We train practitioners around the world. I'm a health hunter. On Health Hunters, this is mainly a public. Yeah. We're talking to the public right now, Naveen, and I'll keep liking and sharing and putting comments in here. But when I took this test, and I've been on this health journey, I got very sick, heavy metal poisoned, which really destroyed my gut microbiome. Mercury kills everything. That's why they put it in vaccines and flu shots, and it kills, that's a whole nother topic, another Health Hunter topic, but it kills everything. So this mercury that was circulating in my body, and I cleaned up hazardous waste for a living. I cleaned up mercuric oxide, a form of mercury. So it just inoculated and killed my gut. And I've been through this challenge, been getting well for over the last 10 years. I still have challenges. That's why I'm still a health hunter like you, always exploring, looking for the best technologies, supplements, programs, philosophies that bring true and health. We talk about weight loss, we talk about fasting and intermittent fasting, which obviously changes your gut microbiome. And a lot of the outcomes that we have from detoxification, from gut changing your diet, it affects and changes the microbiome. So the health that we're getting expressed is actually the direct result of us influencing the microbiome by the good choices we're making. Now, we can't see that. There's no technology out there right now, nothing on the market like this. It's not even like on the market. This is actually biological warfare technology from Los Alamos Labs, correct?
Yes.
That allowed us to completely map down to the genus, species, and what level?
Strain level.
And the strain level of bacteria. So let's discuss this technology and how we can actually look and see where those imbalances, like I had when I did the test, I was 23% virus. Guys, that's not good. You know, your gut should be around 3%, according to the data we have right now. That none of this is conclusive evidence, but most of the healthy cohort or the healthy examples of the healthy humans that are taking this test, and millions of people are taking this, so we get to learn what a healthy microbiome would look like in general as well. And there's a lot of data here. We can talk about what the app does and some of the other benefits, and even how to get, well, actually, that'll be down in the comment section too, how to get this, this test for yourself for like a cup of coffee a day.
Yeah.
You can get it done twice a year, see how the things that you're doing, the intermittent fasting that we recommend, the detoxification that we recommend, now we can actually see how your gut's changing, because that is a true measure of your health. So let's talk about this technology, where it came from, why it's so special, and why it's really just a breakthrough in natural healthcare today.
So
healthcare in general.
Yeah, so if you look at it, you know, there are initially when the technology is really not ready, the first people who come into the market are really the snake oil salesmen. They take something that's not ready and start selling it to people.
Right.
So you know a lot of the companies that today are selling microbiome tests. And what they do really is give you just a certain set of bacteria, and only at a genus level. At a genus level...
So we go species then strain.
Yeah, so genus level, everybody looks the same. So you and I, 95% same things in our genus.
Same bacteria.
Same bacteria at genus level. So it's like saying that, you know, India has, you know, old people, young people that has men, women, and children, like any other child.
Yeah, America has the same thing.
Right, and that's the point. You and I at a genus level look identical.
So like lactobacillus, we all have lactobacillus.
But it doesn't really mean anything, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
What we do is, we look at every, not just a species, every strain of every bacteria, every strain of every virus, DNA virus, RNA virus, bacterial phages. Then we look at every yeast, fungus, mold. Not only we know... Parasites. Not only who they are, what quantity, but more than that, we look at their activity, how active they are, and what are they doing? Are they producing short-chain fatty acid? Are they producing toxins? Are they producing vitamins? And looking at all these pathways, and then we merge the information with your metabolic side. Really, how do you digest carbs, the fat, and the protein, and taking all that information, and we'll be adding things like urine metabolites, we'll be adding mitochondrial information, the gene expression. And the idea really is no human can understand all this data. So we are applying the artificial intelligence to find exactly the patterns of what is happening, the symptoms, and what's happening inside your body. And then we simply use the food, diet, and nutrition to be able to modulate it and balance it, right? And here's the thing that most people don't realize. There is no such thing as healthy food. What's healthy for Warren may not be healthy for me.
Right.
What's healthy for me today may not be healthy for me 6 months from now. And that's the reason, Warren, we don't do a test. We provide a service that stays with you for life. And we test you every 6 months. And we constantly are interacting with you every day using the app to see how are you feeling, making the changes to the recommendation. So you're constantly getting a monitoring and making sure that you are actually getting better.
So we haven't done a show on probiotics, but if you take the same probiotic all the time, you're going to throw off your microbiome, and it can actually be damaging your microbiome. So the neat thing is when you're doing this testing and you find a test, you know the exact, like there's things for weight loss, right? There's what's the one for
Echinacea.
Echinacea. I think, are you lower than me on that?
Yeah, I am lower.
Yeah, you're lower than me.
I'm fat.
Yeah. Well, you know, you look great, Naveen. That's funny. But there's also some other ones that affect, you can see some of these bacteria, and I'm low in certain ones, so I'm taking certain probiotics to move those up. I have certain viruses in my body, so I'm doing certain things to knock those down. So I'm actually specifically able to take there's so many probiotics today, and it's wonderful as they're culturing different probiotics. It's not just, you know, Yoplait yogurt anymore, you know, and great, you know. But the fact remains is that you can't just throw one probiotic and you can't keep taking it. You need to test. You know, and we always say this in the natural health world, Naveen, you know, test, don't guess.
Yes.
So you're guessing by just taking some random probiotic. You don't know what your gut needs. Now you're able to specifically do that to get the certain bacteria that's affecting, say, weight loss, the certain bacteria that's affecting, what's the other, energy. Yeah. There's, what's some of the other ones that are low?
Obviously, when you think about it, you know, our gut bacteria, we can increase them through our right type of a diet. So for example, I'm trying to increase my Akkermansia by eating the wheat bran. So we try to figure out how do you increase it.
So there's foods and
onions,
supplements,
the garlic, and
yeah,
things that actually will feed Akkermansia. And obviously you need the probiotic sometime, but more importantly, you also need the prebiotic,
right,
that actually will help them grow. And the idea is this is an ecosystem. Everything is in balance. So it's not like good or bad, but they can actually check each other out. So even if you have something bad in your gut, but if you have enough good people, they'll keep the bad guys in check. And that's really the creating that balance that nature intended. And when we take antibiotics, I mean, you literally are throwing a nuclear bomb down your, intestine, and that really kills everything, and in fact makes us sick. So
our listeners the cool thing is that they've destroyed their guts, and they know that they're sick because their guts. Autoimmune is a gut issue.
Absolutely, it is.
You know, leaky gut. All of this is within the gut, and till now, we didn't have answers for that. And another really cool thing is if you get in a situation where you have to take an antibiotic, like me, it better be like a world's emergency, like I am going to die, because I have C. diff, I found out, in my gut, and there's a good chance if I wipe out my gut, that antibiotic-resistant bacteria is going to take over, and now I'm dealing with the C. diff infection. So now, for me, I now have evidence or more information. I'm not going to say that I will or won't get it, and I wouldn't say that for you either, but I have that. I also found out that I have Lyme, down to the exact genus, species, and strain level of Lyme. So in the past, I either got it from my mom, because your bacteria, Lyme bacteria, can be passed on from my mom. So this is so, I say moms, you know, I'm originally from Pittsburgh area. So this is really cool information that we can, I mean, this is so exciting to me that now I finally have something I can measure the changes that I'm making. And I've been on this health journey a long time, Naveen, and I know, I mean, I'm driven by passion and love for this mission. And Health Hunters, it makes so much sense on every podcast that we have. Keep liking and sharing this. This is great, guys, with your friends, because this is a true breakthrough. This is a true world-changing test for you. This is something that can really be special for you and your family. And the more data we share, the more people doing this test, just the better your AI can do this.
Absolutely, Warren. I mean, to me, this is my personal journey where I want the billions of people around the world to really not have these chronic diseases. My hope is that we can all come together and use the right technology to one day create a world where chronic illness really becomes a matter of choice, not a matter of bad luck. And I hope every one of you here will come and join me on this journey and spread the message, because the more people join on this journey, not only makes each one of us better, it allows the technology and the system and the artificial intelligence to get smarter and smarter, and the world would be a better place because of each one of us who's actually going out and helping the system.
So on this Facebook Live, you know, I'm at an event called Mindshare, which is a great event with a lot of world-changing doctors. JJ Virgin, who's who invited you to speak here this weekend. And the amazing thing is Naveen I've spent hours with you this weekend, and Naveen he's been very successful. I'll put it in the comments. He doesn't like me saying that he's had a lot of massive success. He is a billionaire. When he does problems, he's trying to solve major problems for the world. And when I first heard you speak over a year ago, Naveen, I literally started crying, because after working with so many sick people, being sick myself, working with practitioners around the world, we know that the key to seeing people get well, the reason why they don't feel well, is because their gut microbiome is being trashed. And we're using ancient healing strategies. We're using fasting, intermittent fasting, to change gene expression. Really, why the genes are changing expression is the microbiome. So we're shifting microbiome. We're doing these things. We're getting great results using
Anecdotal stuff.
Yeah, anecdotal stuff. We can't really measure really what the changes we're making. And like what we teach, one of the things is diet variation. We need to vary the diet based on, if you keep doing this, you're feeding too many of these bacteria, getting out of balance. You're not made to eat the same thing, right? Ancestrally, we have a different microbiome based on where we live, the bacteria we are exposed to. Everyone says, all the studies, like you have less allergies if you're exposed to dogs and you live on the farm.
The chicken and the farm. And
Yeah.
agriculture.
So that is your microbiome. That's the reason why is these bacteria. It's linked to cancer prevention. If you have certain bacteria, this robust immune system is really linked to this. This is the solution, and now we're able to measure it and actually strategically change someone's microbiome. Guys, I hope you're getting this. The comments are great. I can't read them right now, but we're going to answer them immediately. I'll put a team on this while we're doing this. So hopefully they're answering your questions. We're putting up some. If you find studies, get on Google right now. Let's rip this up. Let's make this the most viral video. Literally, put it out there. We're going to make sickness optional. That is your commitment to us. And after we fix that, then what are we going to fix? After we fix the gut.
Once we fix the healthcare, you have my word, we're going to go out and fix the education system, because that's the same problem. The system is completely failing our children, and we want to fix that so that our children are really ready for the next generation, where they're learning to learn, learning to cooperate, have intellectual curiosity, and not simply memorizing and learning skills, because skills are becoming obsolete.
Yes.
And we really have to create a system where we essentially are able to learn new set of skills as technology is making the old skills obsolete. And that's really the kind of education system I want to create for our children.
And speaking of education, there's Asperger's, there's autism. You said there's studies that certain bacteria are linked to autism or the lack of certain bacteria. So for your children's sake, if the autistic community that you're seeing this, you need to share this video. Get this test done on your child. Look up the research. This is a service.
Absolutely.
You're taking healthcare into your own hand. We're empowering you to look at the research, look at these bacteria, find which ones that your child needs, that you need to get the outcome in your health that you want, whether it's weight loss, energy. I mean, I do have one good bacteria that's associated with high-performing athletes, which is really cool. And I'm an all-American athlete, so how cool. And it says, this is the funny part, and you're all going to laugh, is this bacteria puts off methane.
Yeah.
So if I fart a lot, so I have an excuse now. My wife, and my children, excuse me, Daddy. My daughter,
You must have Amos Smith high.
Yeah, I must. So, but it's a good thing. So there's good bacteria. So there's things you can be proud of in your microbiome, that your family, and this is neat, because now you also understand the importance of making sure your child is breastfed, because you're passing on that bacteria. A vaginal birth, that's where your first inoculation happens. So even when we're doing intermittent fasting and bone broth fast, which is an ancient healing strategy we teach on Health Hunters, these things they're going to shift your microbiome dramatically. So now we're able to really make sure this is the right thing for you to do. So if you have an overgrowth of virus, it's probably worth me doing a bone broth fast. And I'm going to do some of the testing, and I'm going to report on here, do a bone broth fast, measure my microbiome, see how it shifts. I'll share the results. We'll do it again. So this isn't the last live video you're going to see on Health Hunters, but we're going to do many of these showing so we can share this information. This is a passion project for me, Naveen. I'm fully committed to supporting you. We're sharing to every practitioner at this event. We're doing everything we can to get this message out here. I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is a game changer for you, your family, for America, for the healthcare system. We're going to save millions of dollars instead of dumping money into drugs, which are just causing more disease, causing more symptoms, and that's the best that we have. Come on, guys. We're more brilliant than that. Our bodies were designed more brilliant than that. We didn't have, other countries have less birth trauma than we do, so there's a system, there's a reason why we're failing in healthcare. And a lot of it has to surround our microbiome. So I'm so blessed to be able to be here with you, Naveen. Keep liking and sharing this. Keep asking questions. We'll keep moving on. We'll do another next time I get to meet Naveen at an event, and we'll have a great time together, guys.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you watching this, because I really believe in my heart that we come together, we can actually change the healthcare system and prevent every chronic disease. And someday you and I can be proud of what we have achieved. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm live from San Diego, California, Health Hunters. Maybe we should I want to make sure Health Hunters News. I think that would be a good name for a website. God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Share this with your friends. We really appreciate you joining in, commenting, and sharing, and bringing this message to the world with us. I can tell them how to get Viome. I'm so excited about it. I forgot. We're going to put it, it'll be one of the first comments below us. But if you want it now and you don't see it in the comments section, so we don't never know what's going to happen. We have a priority code,
Yes.
which allows them. There's millions of people getting set up for this. It's really unique testing. It's very inexpensive, but we're going to have a lot of people doing this. So there's a priority code that'll put you at the top of the list because you watched it here on Health Hunters. My Facebook page, our Facebook page, it's Viome, VIOME.com/T as in Tom, C as in cat, D as in dog, TCD. That's our little priority code there. So you go Viome, VIOME.com/TCD. That's it. I'm glad I got to share that with you. That's important. Have a great rest of your day. Share this with the world. Take care.
Thank you very much.